Hello, friends. It's C. Giuliano. It is again 1st of June 2022, and I am here with part two of this monthly roundup. We're looking at monthly time frame price charts of the altcoins against Bitcoin. Here I am sharing the screen, and we're going to jump again to these crypto charts and introducing TRXBTC, replacing the now dead Luna BTC chart. Of course, there's advancement in Luna with a fork, and now I don't know whatever's going on, but we have a need for a new chart, and Tron TRX against BTC is making a lot of noise. So I figured let's take a look and see what's happening. Wow, that is a massive wick over here back in 2018 January. Oh yeah. Well, what do we see here? Definitely there was a long bit of accumulation and narrow Bollinger Bands. Still not quite pushing the Bollinger Bands much wider yet. It's just getting started and technically is still at resistance levels. Just at the top of the Bollinger Band, just exiting the Bollinger Band, but what's to come next? Is it going to pump? Is it going to give us a move? Maybe the next move then is to this kind of price level here. Okay, so if that's coming, something like this is on the way. Well, I don't know though. I'm not sure. Look, you've got this positive momentum building again. I mean, it could keep going. Look how long you've had this positive momentum. Of course, some of it's been relatively negative momentum, and a lot of it has been overall sideways action in price, other than some volatility here. But the Tron price chart, I mean, it has room. If it wants to go, it would just have to push through this resistance, and then it could probably get to these next levels. I don't know exactly where you go with that, but somewhere in this zone here, probably. You're just at the cusp here. So there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. If we take this to the weekly, just for fun here, it also looks like, okay, look, if this is no joke, then you're breaking above the 200 a week moving average, and you are breaking above the Ichimoku cloud, and you are above this significant price level here. You still have this volatility up and down here. So maybe once you get above this level here, 300, then you can push higher into this zone of price action here. So that is definitely a possibility. Nice support at this level here, and a higher low than the dump low. And okay, now here the thing is, you are now in this oversold territory. Sorry, overbought territory on the weekly RSI. And MACD wise, I mean, it could turn around anytime. Of course, it could keep going as well. It's not super clear just yet. I mean, this 200 week moving average is good to have there. There's definitely volatility in this zone here, and you're just, you've really expanded that the Bollinger Bands. So now it might need some time to settle down, or, along the lines of this momentum, maybe you're going to start getting some bullish divergence as the RSI trends lower and the price trends higher. And then that's your signal for turning around, and your situation would seem reasonable. So on a weekly, you're going to get a significant pop above this Ichimoku cloud, above this 200-week moving average. I'd say it's pretty 50-50 at this point. You're right at this resistance region, but you're above these local support on this weekly time frame. And then on the monthly, you are around a potential topping area, but you're also at a potential further expansion to the upside. So flip that coin. good luck. Enjoy. That's TRX. We'll definitely stick around for more of this one, okay? Come back and see what happens on the next one. So now we move over to the Dogecoin against BTC. And you can see here around this 20-month moving average, tried to stabilize, but doesn't look like it's having much luck. You've got this price action here as potential support, but you're just breaking below this 20-month moving average. There's a good likelihood you're coming back down here. All right, so that is what it is. That's Dogecoin against BTC. We're looking for those levels. Yeah, the momentum shows that it definitely could be lower down and chopping its way down to these levels. All right, that's DOGEBTC. Near BTC also showing, you know, upside weakness, rejection, a lot of volatility the past month of May after the topping here, and even traded through the 20-month moving average. And now it's in this fight stage, and that relates to this sideways price action with volatility here. Volatility being just, it couldn't close. Instead, there were wicks, so it couldn't close higher than this in this case, or there was even trading below in this case. So is that volatility? You're in this kind of region of volatility here. Is it going to be support? There was stability here, and that's why you got a bit of supportive energy there. But ultimately, I think, yeah, you're coming down to these levels to see what's happening. I mean, if you can hold this, you can. You're at least above the 20-month moving average. But as far as things go, I don't know at that point, like, would this even hold? There's a good possibility. If this thing is going to continue higher, then why not? Otherwise, you know, you're even looking down here, then reset that thing fully. So that's basically near. If you're going from the wicks, you're looking, yeah, there's your 78.6 to 88.6 is those lower two levels. It's funny how that ends up working out for these prices. And when you're talking about just, you know, using the closing prices, your 88.6 is still around that lower level. 78.6 is about halfway between the top one and the bottom. So anyway, whatever. It's just a good zone there. Good zone for a fully retracing move. That's not a trending move. Trending move, you would expect maybe a 38.2, a 50%, or at most like a 61.8%. But then again, with crypto, I mean, even a trending move, you can lose. Actually, I get the sense that in crypto, it's like max 40 to 50% you lose in a trending, maybe 61.8 for sure. But like when you're hitting those 70s and 80s of the percents, it seems to be in the more corrective stages anyway. Okay. So there you go. That's near against BTC. Levels lower down. It's looking for support at 20-month. If it's following everything else, then it's not going to get it. But it might have its own thing. Like for example, RUNE here against the monthly against BTC couldn't hold support here, even though there was support here at this closing levels here. But it just broke through once it fell, and it went right through that 20-month moving average, which was confluent with these. And now here it is at these support levels here. But is that going to hold? Then you're down here. On the monthly time frame, it's pretty ruthless, but the wicks are more meaningful because they have weekly and daily significance. And interestingly, they do correspond with some, you know, like a mid-range type of relationship. Anyway, so that's RUNE. It's not a lot of data. We don't get a lot in the monthly time frame, but we did break down below 20-month, and we have these price levels here to look at. So And generally, I think the lower level is reasonable considering the time frame for everything else. The time frames just seem that if you're going to take that much time, it's tough against BTC to stay higher. But then again, we'll see what BTC is doing and what the altcoins do in response in relation. This price chart has been just been a lot of chop, I'm guessing here. I mean, maybe, yeah, this adds some support. Okay, and then finally a breakdown afterwards. Maybe you get some support here, and then finally you break down, or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it ends up being your support. It's more of a zone. It's not just the line, but whatever. We'll leave it like that for now. I think this is also, yeah, just recently making a bearish cross. We're into the second month of bearishness. You can see the expansion in the negative momentum already. And so we'll see how long this lasts for Atom. It has oscillated. It looks like it has oscillated a lot, but who knows? I mean, I guess the benefit for that is that it did come from a lower end. So let's see what this ends up working with. But just because it came from lower doesn't mean it has to go higher. It could turn around or just chop around. And I mean, the hopeful thing here, I guess, if you're holding the Atom, is that you're at potential support levels here or here. But the danger is then like lower end of the Bollinger Band is at lower lows. And that's definitely a possibility. So see what happens playing against Bitcoin. Monthly bearish cross, MACD. Based on this kind of energy, it might not need to last as long. You know, 3 to 6 months could be okay here. We'll see though. All right, next is MATIC against BTC. Ooh, Polygon. So again, we're at these levels for a lot of them where it's like a zone of support. But look, we just broke down below this 20-month moving average. I mean, on depending what kind of weekly and daily levels we got here, I think the price is coming down here against BTC. Why not? I mean, now we're in the third month after a bearish cross, but it's coming from a much higher level, for example, than Atom. At least in terms of the MACD signal lines. And yeah, this is a log chart, so this is a long way to go down. I do see this as a zone to be reached. This is just what it looks like. I guess you got this failed move here, and that it's breaking down. Now, this zone could be a zone of support. You know, I don't know exactly what it'll look like this, because we're just in this month. If this month changes, and then months following are supportive of a accumulatory price action here, great. But as things stand right now, downside to here. Currently, potentially 70 more percent, 80 more percent downside. And I guess if we do full reset styles and we take, let's go price to price, wick to wick, look, you're around that 88.6 level. Why not? Why not? And that's if it's going to be making higher lows, you know, that's good. That would be good overall. At least it's not a lower low like many of other charts we saw or have seen or can see if we look. All right, so that's MATIC right now. You're looking at these lower levels. Of course, there are points in here that you would look at a weekly level. For instance, here we see here, we've got a little bit of a higher point, but even then it's probably not that significant. Yeah. And on the weekly, I mean, you are working into that oversold level, so who knows what kind of bouncing and chopping will happen here over the next number of candles. even here, like a green month to the 20-month moving average, either this month or next month, whenever, but it's there before falling down. You can chop around a bit, have wicks and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's going to take time. That's what this momentum says. There's time to go, and I think there's room to go to fall down here. Let's see what happens. That's MATIC. Then we get to AVAX, and AVAX on the monthly. Wow, also not much data, so no really any no MACD doesn't look like. At least can't find it. Okay. But the RSI is definitely a strong downtrend. Now it's in a more neutral territory. What will happen? But it just fell below that 20-month moving average. Maybe it'll find some chop, but you don't really have any strong, solid support. See, the wicks are like volatile support, whatever the time frame. So in a monthly, yeah, there might be levels within here that are weekly or daily or 4 hourly or whatever that are relevant, but on a monthly, it's volatile. It's like it goes up and down within the same candle. So the solid part is what is more solid, and that's the body of the candle. So this kind of zone here has some potential support. Yeah, there we are with that, and then right below it as well, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm guessing the price is going to come down here, and actually, let's just go with that generally as the level. It's a zone, and if we just take it like that, we say you could even stand to go further on Avalanche. If you're only coming down here to this level, then that's a nice 61.8. Oops, let's not do that. We want to delete this. Boom. See what happened? So that 61.8 level, roughly, is this level here, 61.8. Okay, so there you go. If that's where you can stop, otherwise, danger down below. I mean, yeah, there's totally the possibility of moving down and then coming back up and then going down. I mean, at this point, you'd probably go down and then knock OSI and then go down. That would be so horrible for this direction. It would be good. For this direction, it would be horrible. Okay, that's it. But that's Avalanche, and you're just below this 20-month moving average. And where are you going to find support? Let's see. Solana, just look, this is where we are in the time cycle of all of these altcoins. Is their 20-month moving average is getting broken against Bitcoin, and they're finding some sort of support-ish areas, but not quite sure where it's going to actually support. And there's, if they are in significant corrective modes, there's significant room to go down. This is not even 38.2% really. And if we just go on closings, it's, yeah, I mean, it could definitely come to this 88.6 level here. Certainly here. 88.6 level. And there it is. Okay. Because once you break down below this level, it is basically down and up. Okay, and up. This one is down. So once you're breaking these levels, I mean, why not? Okay, so let's see what happens with Solana, but it looks, oh, here's, no, we don't get much data here. It's going to be a little while how overbought it was. It's going to need to at least find some sort of rebalance. Okay, that's Solana. And the next one is FTM. FTM, same, except a little worse, but see, you've got that left-sided cluster of support. It's already broken into that one though. and you're halfway between this higher level and the lower level. So probably going to continue down to this lower level and find its bottoming. You've had your bearish cross here. It's going to take a bit of time to balance out. You know, here's 2023, beginning of 2023 right here. So that's only 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more candles after June. So there you go. 12 months and then 24 months right here. Sorry, 12 months over here, sorry. 6 months over here, 12 months over here. Yeah, and here's 2024. Okay, well, I mean, on this chart, look how long it had to go sideways. There's a good likelihood that it needs a lot of time here. And we could be seeing charts going into 2023 that are, I mean, that's what this looks like right now, is that it's going to need to go into 2023 before finding some solid movement. Because I mean, it hasn't even found its support, and it's testing of support, and it's breaking down and reclaiming and all these kind of accumulative moves. Look at this giant candle right here. It's really like a middle finger. In crypto, they get new names. The candles get new names. It's a big FU candle right there. All right, well, which side of the FU do you want to be on? I guess that's the question. All right, so you got your bearish crosses. It's going to take some time momentum-wise. We got that under control. Here are the levels that you would hope to hold at this lower end, but of course it can keep going. And just for fun, let us take that measurement, and there's your 88.6, roughly around that lower level. So why not? At least that much. Okay. Good luck, FTM. Oh, did we just seriously close DOGE? Oh, there we go. Just pop it right back there and get right into it. So DOT on the monthly, it already did also come down to that lower level that was laid out there towards the lower end of the Bollinger Band. So it has room to just chop around and find bottom and continue again into 2023 easily. This chart could find its bottoming and then, yeah, easily into 2023. That's just what seems to be happening. So look for the bottoming of this chart. Where is it going to be? We can look more on weekly levels to get a sense of things. So far this looks decent. The momentum looks pretty decent. As soon as it starts turning around, there's a chance that it could go at least for a little bit of a turnaround here. Either up to this level here, or just up to the 20-week moving average as it comes down. So yeah, probably up to like top of Bollinger Band or 20-week moving average. And then kind of keep chopping around. And that would be on a good scenario. And that makes sense. Like you got your 20-month moving average here, so maybe it wouldn't even get that high, but who knows? It would just at least get some chop, find some bottom. Maybe it needs to keep going down further, and then it will find its bottom. These altcoins are going to have some time to find bottom. That's really, and DOT is closer to bottom. So I guess that's the main story with that. Okay, I think that's it for me. That was some monthly roundup. I thank you for watching. I hope it was good for you. Just to finish it off, it looks like it's going to take some time. DOT seems close to potentially bottoming, but as well, like there's definitely room to go, and why not just wait and watch for these bottoms to form. And good luck out there. And the BTC seems to be the one that has the strength. And yeah, Wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Okay, goodbye.